Hello from day 11 in quarantine. We are about to head out in a few minutes to get our COVID test, but we're gonna take you along on a little day in the life / Q&A about Thailand, quarantine, and our ASQ hotel experience. So hopefully you enjoy. Back from doing our COVID test. During our 14-day stay here, we've had to do 3 different COVID tests, and I have to say this was the most painful of them all. But we also worked on our discharge paperwork that will basically show that we did our quarantine and therefore are free to be here legally. We've fulfilled our obligation. In the past, they've only swabbed Brianna Jr.'s mouth, but today it was a different nurse and he did her nose and her mouth, which was rather traumatic for us all and really difficult when you have an 8-month-old who doesn't like things up their nose. I mean, we don't really either, but that got us out of the room for a little bit, and now we're just kind of waiting it out till nap time, drinking our instant coffee because that's all we have. And I'll check back in and show you some things around the room when nap time comes.
One of the things we do to keep Brianna Jr. occupied is let her take things out of packing cubes. Today it's clean underwear.
So we just put Brianna down for a nap. She normally sleeps for 2 hours in the morning. So usually I'll watch YouTube, work on videos, just relax.
I'll just play the Switch and hang out until she wakes up.
It's kind of nice because it gives us a little bit of time to just relax, and then when she's awake we mostly just play with her or do things around the room.
Which wears us out as well.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that, enjoy some coffee. Yeah. So one of the things that we've had to adjust to here is that you cannot drink the tap water. Some locals do, but it's highly unsuggested for anyone else who's not from around here to do it. So our hotel does provide us with bottles of water, but we are constantly having to ask for them to bring more. So they just brought up another 12 bottles, which will probably last us till the end of today. But once we are in our apartment, we can start buying big jugs, which will be much better. This is the collection of water bottles that we end up with. This is probably 2 days worth of water bottles. And since we are not apparently proven COVID free at this point, all of our trash goes into biohazard bags that we put out at night and gets disposed of as biohazard. So all of these bottles are not getting reused or recycled at all, which is really difficult, but it is what it is and we can't really do anything to change it. So we just ordered coffee from a delivery app online, and every time we do that, we have to fill out one of these consent forms. I'm not sure why, but we do. This is today's entertainment, is popping her in the little splash pool. We had a little bit of a hiccup with our coffee and the hotel changed the rules without letting us know. So we ordered iced coffee that will be delivered in 2 hours. We are all very pleased about this. But at least we have a way to cool down.
Put water on. It's like drinking nasty cold water. I'm thirsty, drink this.
Coffee got here. I have an orange coffee mix. It's actually much better than it sounds. And Robert got...
I got espresso mixed with tonic water.
It's really bitter, but...
I like bitter things.
So I asked some people on Instagram if they had any questions about quarantining Thailand or specifically ASQ quarantine hotels here in Thailand.
We got a few queries, so we're gonna go over those today.
So first one, did you get to pick your own hotel?
Yeah, we did. We had a different one picked than this one before, but we switched to this one because it was more kid-friendly, more gluten-free.
Yeah, you can go through a lot of review pages. There's a lot of Facebook pages and such. So it was really nice that we got to pick one that worked for us and our situation the best. Question 2, who pays for it?
We did.
We did. So along with getting to pick your hotel, you also can pick one that works for your price point. For us, we chose a slightly more expensive one for more space.
More conveniences.
But there's a standardized price set by the government, and you likely won't find one for under about $1,000 for all 14 days. 3, what is the hardest day of quarantine so far? We're currently on day 11.
Every day's just pretty much the same. It's not really any different than the last day. No day's harder. Today's not that fun because they kind of messed up our food order a little bit, but
I think for me probably day 6 and 7 was the hardest because it felt like we were just constantly climbing up. And of course here, like, you really cannot leave the room unless they allow you to. So I think now that we're on the downhill slope, it's gotten much better.
So our next question is, how's the authentic Thai food? We hadn't really had a chance. The food they bring in, they try to like slowly introduce all the flavors and spices to you. So we're getting a lot of like bland meat, unseasoned rice.
As seasoned or good as it would be if we were ordering from a street stall.
So we will know about the authentic Thai food soon, as soon as we got it here at least.
And with that, question 5, what has been your favorite meal so far?
The food we ordered.
Yeah.
We ordered from a local chicken restaurant. That's a chain in Thailand. That was pretty good. We had Indian food last night, and that was really nice as well.
To be fair, the food they give us is not terrible, but it's just very redundant, and it's not a lot of choice. We get 3 choices for each meal.
It's like a one without rice, one with rice, a vegetarian with rice.
Yeah, so it's nice to shake it up every now and again. 6, how do you help the time pass?
I play the Switch. I bought Breath of the Wild before I came here. I've already beaten it, so I started working on Final Fantasy 9. Yeah, I just do that, make TikToks for fun.
Yeah, honestly, it's just doing what you can. I think it really helps that we have an 8-month-old, and she kind of keeps us busy when she's awake.
Breaks up the day too. It's like the morning time she's awake, she goes to bed at a certain time. We have those hours to do whatever we want to do, so we don't get burnt out on the things that we like to do. And then she wakes up and we just have to entertain her again. And it's that over and over again.
Yeah, I think that definitely helps.
Also gives us structure in the morning too, so we don't sleep in all day.
Only done that once.
All right.
Jet lag. Any tips for quarantining with the baby?
Definitely think bringing things she hasn't seen before. Toys that you think, oh, she might grow into it, because a bored baby will explore anything.
Yeah. I think also for us, we brought a pool because we have a balcony that we've been able to access from day one. And I think it's really important to find a hotel that allows you to get deliveries. Not
Yes.
every hotel does that, but we specifically chose ours because it did. So we've been able to order diapers and
Wipes.
baby food.
We've also been introducing different foods to her, like dragon fruit and all kind of other stuff that they bring us. She usually gets a little taste of it.
Yeah, but definitely just bring some toys and be prepared to get very creative with what you entertain her with.
So one of the last questions is anything that we would do differently? No, not really. I don't know what a good quarantine looks like. It's my first time doing it.
Anytime I've quarantined before, it's been at home due to like work exposures. There's not really anything I would do different. I think we did a fairly good job of choosing a hotel that worked well for us.
Honestly, if we'd have brought more snacks, we'd have just ate them and we'd have been in the same boat we are in now.
Yeah, I think we've done a fairly good job of making it as interesting as it can possibly be. But at day 11, we are now very over it.
And the last question is one we get kind of frequently is, am I getting stationed in Thailand? I am currently not in the military anymore. I quit. I separated about 3 weeks ago just to spend time with Brianna and let her focus on her career.
Yeah, so we're just here as of right now for the summer. We had to leave England due to visa issues, and this was kind of the best choice for us. So as of right now, we'll be here until we go to Beijing, where I'll be working.
And where I'll be working on school.
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed this day in our life, literally living in 2 hotel rooms.
Yeah.
Brianna is just now waking up from her second nap. Usually she sleeps from 3 to 4, but apparently was really tired today, so we got an extra 15 minutes and Robert went to wake her up. Since we have connected hotel rooms, we have 2 balconies.
And we like to alternate between the two to mix it up.
Kind of helps to shake up the boredom a little bit.
Not really.
Classic baby fashion. We have all of these toys, all of our books, and still our favorite toy is the trash can. This morning went by fairly quickly, but now it's the afternoon. We have about an hour till our food comes. We usually get to pick a 1 of 2 time slots for our food to be delivered, and then it can be delivered anywhere within that hour. So for dinner we do 6 to 7. Sometimes it's closer to 6, sometimes it's about 6:45, but it kind of helps our night to it helps kind of shorten the night a little bit, which is nice. But for now, we're just kind of hanging around, playing with the baby, watching YouTube, and waiting for our dinner to get here.
So something we figured out is with oatmeal helps out the baby at night because sometimes she isn't eating enough, so she gets more grouchy. With oatmeal, it fills her stomach up more and makes dinner last a little bit longer. Ain't that right, Squirt? Yeah.
So we brought like actual oats, not baby cereal oats, and we just microwave it with a little bit of bottled water and mix it up with some purees that we brought, and that's usually her dinner along with some dragon fruit or watermelon. It's about 7:30 now. Brianna typically goes to sleep at 7. We kind of just play with her for the last 30 minutes, get her nice and tired. Robert will probably play his game for the rest of the night, and we will maybe watch some Netflix. I might work on some videos. We've taken up a really terrible habit of staying up too late. We stay up till about midnight every night. but there's honestly nothing else to do, and it's really difficult to get tired when you're in quarantine. But yeah, this is pretty much a typical day in the life here in our ASQ quarantine hotel. We have 2 full days left, and then on the 3rd day at like 8:30 in the morning we get to leave. So we will have much more exciting adventures to come when we can actually leave our hotel and explore Bangkok.